Hello everyone and welcome. This is a new start time for me, so we're going to be trying to do a nice early one. There will still be the Thursday evening streams as well, which will be going on for an extended period of time. But yeah, we're going to try out a nice sort of early morning, afternoon-ish type stream. We might play about with some of the times to see what works. But yeah, we're gonna just see how it goes. Let me know how if you like it like this, if there's certain times that you think would be better for different time zones, do let me know. I think I've got the chat app up. So yeah, I think we're all good. We got the chat app up. Let me just check. Don't think I do. There we go. Morning. Yeah, it is morning right now. Sorry if I've missed any earlier messages. The chat app wasn't working properly. I seem to have got it working right now, so we'll just go from here. Anyway, I'm not too sure how we're going to start doing these Thursday morning ones, because it's going to be fairly short. It's either going to be an hour or 2 hours. I think today is just going to be an hour, and I'm going to do an extended stream this evening because it fits well with my daily stuff I've got to do today. So today is just going to be an hour. I don't know whether I should just always make like Thursday mornings where we just walk through like the basics. Let me know what you guys may want to see. So I think we're going to... I'm just going to go through some of the basics first. So basically, what is Voxedit? Voxedit is a software program used to create voxel 3D voxel assets to be used within the Sandbox game. Don't know what the Sandbox is. It's going to be a play to earn metaverse where you can create, sell, build, do whatever pretty much within their metaverse. Now with Voxedit completely free to use, you just go to their website and download it. They have a couple of tabs. We've got the news, so it'll give you like what the latest updates are, visit the marketplace, beta modeler, all of this stuff. It sort of helps you out. Then the modeler is where you can create individual models. The animator is where you can either put things to rig up or to make your own little animations. So it's really good to use for not just animations, but if you want to make something large like this tree that we did, or like one of the rooms, or we can do something a little bit like this bath. The bath has no animations, it's got 2 statics, but where we want like a bath with some taps there to avoid collision. Really, I should probably edit the bath so you can actually stand inside it, but I'll do that later. And then we got the block where you can make the little blocks for the game, and templates where you can use these templates and edit them as you wish. So you can select a small human, recolor, do whatever. So they're just there to sort of help you in designing. And then there are some tutorials. Now these ones are quite old tutorials, and there will be some work in the process to go towards newer tutorials for you guys. Most of the time, everything I do now is just done in the animator because we can make our separate models in the animator. So I don't really touch the modeler tool anymore. I used to create everything in modeler and then move it all over to animator and rig it up. Now I find it much easier to just use the animator, and I don't really touch the modeler anymore. Alright, so a lot of the stuff I do on these streams generally tends to be for our tavern fantasy medieval type game. I kind of want to make something that's a little bit cuter. So if anybody has ideas or like a theme, shout it out to me. Or maybe just for today, I'll just continue with the tree that we were making because we do only have an hour and I can get it finished. But if you've got a theme or something that you would like me to cater around to create that, we can. I would like to try and just do this as like, let's start here. Let's do Thursday. The first Thursday morning is introduction to Voxedit. And then the next one, we sort of build off of something to make it more like a little mini series. And then finally move everything over into the Sandbox marketplace. So just a little bit of information as well. I get asked this question a lot, which is to do with you can't send assets for approval to go on the marketplace. No, only people on the Creator Fund can. Currently, the application process for the Creator Fund is closed. I don't have any more information regarding the Creator Fund application. However, in the future, absolutely everybody will be able to upload to the marketplace. So don't worry about that. Everybody will be able to upload and sell in the future. That will be coming. But also what you do need to keep in mind is on the Creator Fund, we don't get to just make whatever we want and upload whatever we want or sell whatever we want. There's a whole process with that. So we get given themes for the month. We create to that. How does it work when you build on land of someone else? You have to export the assets in his account since I cannot publish it on the market. So if you were let's say I'll answer that question, Betty, don't worry. Let me finish about the Creator Fund just so I know that segment's in here, and then I'll talk about that aspect. So there's themes, then there's we have to make it to a certain criteria. It has to be then approved by higher ups, which then once it is approved, we can upload it to the marketplace. Then a very, very, very small select few assets are chosen out of the Creator Fund to go up for sale. Now, sometimes you might see things like the Lululand stuff up on there. So partnerships get their assets. If they've created a game or something like that, they can have their assets uploaded to that as well. Now, to answer your question, Betty, so if you are creating a game within the game maker, you can create that to a select size and anything like that. If you don't own the land, then the owner of the land, when the metaverse is released and we can put games up into the metaverse, the owner of that land can rent their land out to you. Either that, or they would need to buy your game off of you, and then they have the rights to that. So, but if somebody wanted to create their own game, but they want you to create the assets for it, then you would send them those files. So you see, you can find all the files for these. You would send them those files and they would have to have that on their inventory. Make sure they pay you for those. Make sure that, you know, you're being paid for creating those assets, because once it's uploaded to their inventory, then they are the owners of those assets. But if you want to create your own game, you would create that game on Game Maker and you would either rent someone else's land or somebody would need to purchase your game for them to then have it on there. And then you would still retain the rights to those assets. They may need to purchase those NFT assets, or you would gift them once it's open and those assets are NFTs. You would then like gift them those assets that appear in the game. I'm not 100% sure exactly how all that side of things are going to work. Just know those are your possibilities. Will Voxedit come to Voxedit can be used on Mac as far as I'm aware. I don't know. I think you can use it on iPad. The Game Maker, there is a dedicated team developing the Mac side. I know Game Maker we can't. We go to create. Click downloads. Yeah, Mac version, OS version. Now, if you mean like, is there going to be like an app version to download? I'm not too sure. I can ask about that for sure. But yeah, it's just Game Maker. Currently, it's only PC, but there is a dedicated team working very hard to get that sorted. Is that when I import on his account, my assets are not right. Exporting .vox. No, you would. How are you on his account? Your assets aren't right. You would send the entire folder over, so that person would have to go open up Voxedit. So you would send the actual entire file over, and most likely send it in zip format. They'll have to unzip it, file, and then all they would do is file, export to marketplace. They can't actually put it on the marketplace. It will just go into their inventory, but they can test it out in the Game Maker. But if it's going into their account, I do suggest make sure like you're being paid for those assets, or have like a collab account which you both have access to. Hey, Real Nabil, how are you doing? Right, let's get on with something. So I think I will do. Does anybody have a theme? Somebody shout out a theme. We're only here for an hour. Someone give me a theme for like for Thursday beginners videos. Looks like everybody's over on YouTube today. Not YouTube, Twitch today. Have we got any YouTube fans out there? Medieval is cool. That's what I'm already doing. I'm already doing medieval stuff. Cathedral. Right. Is there something basic I can make medieval then? What are we doing today? We're trying to think of a theme. So this is a new kind of segment. I want to kind of make it into a mini series where I talk basically about the beginning steps and do more tutorially based things for you guys. Sci-fi. You need a castle then. I've got a castle. I've already got a castle. And that's not going to be something beginnery. I need something beginnery to make sci-fi. What sci-fi beginner item could I make? Sci-fi as a good theme. Okay. Oh, okay, this is a good one. Sci-fi. Sorry. We could do sci-fi, like how to edit a template. I know I do so many of those, but we could. Okay, so we're gonna choose sci-fi. Sci-fi alien or sci-fi human? A shield. We could. Yeah. I think we'll do a sci-fi small human. Human, okay, sci-fi human. Okay, so we'll use the medium human. Oh, a few people have asked where the avatar template gone. The avatar template is temporarily disabled for updates. Sci-fi human, perfect. Okay. Right, so we're just going to select the medium human. I'm going to create a new folder, call it Thursday morning. Whoops. Thursday morning. Space human. Do you know what? Don't Google space human art because it comes up really, really weird stuff. But hey everyone, how are we all doing? So yeah, all we've done right here is I've just opened up the human template. We're going to edit this guy. I think if we just work on his head, because I'm going to give him a helmet to start with. I have done one where I've done a few space people. Let me just see if I can show you where I've done a helmet. Oop. I have to go through everything. If I skip near the end, might be there. These never get organized into dates uploaded, by the way. So there we go. Sci-fi. I called him sci-fi. So yeah. I'll make a helmet. Could you link the program for unlocking templates? Couldn't find it in my other video. There's two ways. The older way to unlock the templates is a way that isn't supported by Voxedit, and I have been very kindly asked to try not to promote that way because it's not supported by Voxedit, and it's up to you if you want to do it. I can obviously have it in my YouTube videos. But the other way, much easier. If you go and find, I do a whole talk through. So there's an older one and a newer version. They did an update a few updates ago that sort of shows this. If I just go unlock, I should be able to find it. There we go. So I'm going to just link the video on my YouTube that shows the supported way of unlocking templates. For Melbourne, it's your evening, isn't it? I'm trying to get some time so I can hit different time zones. I feel like maybe I need to do this one a little bit earlier, either that or I need to do one like 4 a.m. my time. I'm not too sure, but we'll work something out. Let's start with a helmet. So I'm gonna go for this nice gray color. Or we can choose a color scheme together if you don't like the color scheme I'm choosing. I feel like this is a little bit more advanced of oh, right at the top I'm going to use the mirror, so this extends for all of it, like both sides. And that looks good. I'm just going to get like the base of it sorted. And then we'll work on building it up around that. But yeah, I kind of want to hit like numerous time zones so you guys all can, you know, actually watch and try and hit numerous areas. It's been a while since I've done any sort of helmet. I'm sorry if this looks so rough. Just getting some concept art. It's really good. So I usually use Pinterest for my concept art. Not every time do I need concept art. Sometimes I'll just go off at the top of my head. Um, but it can be super, super helpful to have yourself some concept art. You guys chose like a really hard theme. Why couldn't we have had like underwater or something rather than sci-fi? Alright, then I need to just start taking bits away from the bottom. But if you guys let me know what kind of things that you want to see on these streams, that would be really, really helpful. Actually, I could do that. I'm not totally convinced that this is the right thing to do. I don't like it. I'm taking that out. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. I like Egyptian pharaoh theme. Oh, I like Egyptian pharaoh theme too, but we're stuck on this now. I told you I'm gonna make this. This is what we're making. If I do that, make this so I can make it look like it's got like a visor on it. A little choppy. Do you use pure ref software for putting your reference images in one place? No, I just have lots of tabs. And free? Oh, it's free? Okay, I'll have to have a look at that. Ref. Okay, that's cool. Right, I'll take a look at that. I've got that in a tab. But no, I usually just have a couple of tabs open. They should implement the ability to create. So yeah, I've heard that would be much easier to do helmets and stuff. It would, but you also got to remember, like, it's like, I mean, it would be good to be able to just do a sphere 100%, but it's still meant to be, you know, voxels. So making a ball would just kind of defeat the object of it, but I do get what you're saying. It would be cool. I mean, there are ways to make things look a little bit more rounded. I've done that on a few things. It just means it's a lot more rigging up in the animator. So things like I'm pretty happy with his helmet. His head and everything needs changing. His helmet is actually huge. Helmet is far too large. Kind of looks like his head is in like a little baby car seat. I'm not gonna lie, that's what it looks like to me, that his head is in a car seat. But no, so what can I show you as an example? Oh, we did start doing something on... No, well, oh, where have I put it? Random bits. A well, there we go. So for the well, it still needs work, but you get the idea. Like, you can still make somewhat... That's a lot more... No, that's not quite round, but you can place things together. I mean, Tanvey doesn't matter where people are from. But also it's probably goes for that time of day as well, which is one thing I wanted. I wanted to hit different time zones. So lots of different people could be here, a lot of different people that may have questions that aren't able to be in my other streams. Making spherical things to use to use the animator in place. Yeah. All right, so I am 100% stuck on this. I'm not gonna lie. I have a question about how to draw skirts or long robes. Okay, let's do that on this. Okay, so we're gonna change this guy. He's not gonna be wearing a helmet. We're taking that off. He's gonna be a scientist. It's gonna be a space scientist. Right. And then that way I can show you how we can do that sort of stuff. So let's just do this guy's face real fast. So I want to give him bushy eyebrows because he's going to be like a mad scientist guy. Skin tone. Let's just... Oop. Yeah, his mouth's disappeared. Let's just make his nose disappear too while we're at it. Let's give him... Let's choose the... Whoops. Just the... Whoops. He should have green eyes. Actually, do you know what? It's been a while since I've made any brown-eyed, any brown-eyed characters. Let's... that looks about right. Mouth, let's go for a... What is this schedule? So yeah, I'm adding another stream on for today. Well, not even for today, for forever now. Well, for as long as I possibly can. So Thursday mornings we're going to be doing 10. It's usually going to be 10 until 12. Maybe it'll be tweaked slightly just to see what the feedback from you guys is about times. But today is just going to be 1 hour, and this evening will be the same as usual. It'll be a 7 p.m. UTC start, and it will usually go to 11. But because I've reduced today the morning by an hour, I'm actually going to go till midnight. So Thursday evenings are now extended even longer. So instead of 2 hours, it's going to be 4. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's going to be 4. This evening's going to be 5, I think. I've got to just get it tweaked. I've got to check the hours that I've got to fit in. Right, because this guy's got like bushy gray eyebrows, we're gonna give him bushy thing. How do you create a color palette? Okay, so I use the one given to me by the Sandbox as part of being on the Creator Fund. But you can. I don't know. I think it's like a PNG file with like individual colors made on it. But you can just, you know, do new palette. You can select all the colors that you need for whatever project it is that you're making, and you can actually save that and pull it wherever you want it to be saved. And then whenever you start a new project, you would just load that palette into that model, and then you can use that. But we will do some long robes. I just want to get this guy. I'm going to show you how we can do like long robes. There's going to be 2 ways that you can do it. I would potentially suggest the unlocking route to add long robes, but I'll show you the other way if you don't fancy unlocking. You look great anyway. Thank you, appreciate it. Good morning, how am I today? I'm doing good, thanks, Game Dizzy. How are you? What time is it where you are? You seem to always be awake, Game Dizzy. Like, do you sleep? I've got a feeling you don't. You can't possibly sleep. There's no way you have time to sleep. I'm dizzy as a robot. I love that. I'm dizzy. What are you doing being a robot? I didn't recolor the entire skin. There we go. Should have been up 5 hours ago. What am I making? So we decided for the Thursday morning it was going to be a sci-fi theme for the Thursday morning streams. As like a introductory to Voxedit. Oops. But we were going to make like a spaceman, but instead we're going to make a space scientist. We're going to make a space scientist. That's what we're making. I want this guy to just kind of have like a bit of crazy. Actually, we'll unlock him. Yeah, we're going to unlock him. I'll show you how to do the robes, but I'm going to add stuff to his hair, which will include unlocking. I also need to see what color did I choose for his skin. Tone number 3. So for robes, let's select the chest. I always do like the base color, and then I go into different colors. Right, lab coat. Let's have color of lab. I don't want a normal lab like white. I know all lab coats are white. Yeah, there's no other color. We could do like a soft blue. Yeah, we'll do a soft blue. So we'll start adding the color to our lab coat. Very wise, looking like a very wise scientist. He will end up looking a little bit like a mad scientist if I have my way. All right, probably a little bit more. There we go. Right, lovely. Okay. I'll add to that. Add right there. Color and color the back, color the bottom. I'm going to extend the back as well for the lab coatness. And I want a collar. Select that. Just so I can do the collar slightly darker. That. And I want some buttons. Face them a little bit. Lovely. Right, and so the color of the lab coat is number 2. So we're just going to go here, and then really, there's 2 ways we can go about this. We can either unlock the asset, which is probably the way I suggest, or if you don't want to unlock it, you can do it this way. So we'll go off of the belly. We'll color the entire belly in this. Oops. And we'll then grab this, pull it back so it's about in line, and to the sides as well. Front looks kind of okay. And then what we can do is we can either start doing it off of this, which I do suggest dragging this down 1. And I'm just gonna go to the hip. Gonna color the top half of the hips so it matches the bottom. I'm gonna grab this, move it out 1, and yeah, just 1. And we're going to drag this down. Now you can either drag it down a little bit more or just leave it like that. And we're just gonna go down here. So if you want to drag it down more, all we would do is increase the height. So let's just say we want it was 14, wasn't it? Let's say 17. You are then, because it's going to add the height up, you are then going to go over here and go 1, 2, 3. The reason you need to count this is because you need to move your pivot tool. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's exactly the same. Now the pivot tool, when you hold shift and move it up and down, it moves 0.5. Whereas when you use these, it just moves it 1 voxel, not half a voxel. So you do need to make sure you're like seeing the number it's on and moving it that exact 3. And then we can continue to drag this down. And let's just say he's wearing black-ish trousers. So we'll then color this bit and the bottom bit. Make sure you trim your bounding walls. accurate that way. And then on the legs, you're going to want to be a bit careful because you are going to get this clipping issue, which is why sometimes it's better to unlock, because then you can make separate parts. So with the legs, you can see here we've got this issue where it clips into legs. Now there's a few ways around this. We can grab hold of it, get the pivot. We can actually just move his leg in some more. And moving the pivot means that all the animations stay relative, so we don't need to worry about moving all of the animations, which obviously if it's locked, you can't do anything with the animations, but we can move the pivot point, which is this point up here. So the pivot point is just where it's positioned to the body and where the movements take place. So just by moving this across, we are changing where it takes place. What color did we choose? Did we choose that one? For the trousers. Just gonna color all of that. Check it out. No, what gray did we choose on the hip? Oh, we chose that one. We'll go for the darker one. Much easier. And if you really wanted to get like a bit of a flare on this, we would just go, so not that one, this one, 14, 15, 16. We would shimmy it that way, 1. So we then need to shimmy it that way, 1. Select our color. There we go. Now we got a little flay bit. You really want that. And then the same for this leg. We got clipping going on. So we're going to select the leg, grab our pivot tool, and we're just going to position it so his legs inside. I also, with the legs, I usually reduce the height of them as well. So I think I did that one by 2. So you can see here, this one's down here, this is up here, which means for things like, well, attack, you can see we still have the clipping issue. Whereas if we made these side bits separate, we could animate them to be different. I'm creating one avatar with larger arms than the regular template. Any tip on how to make every default animation match? Are you using the templates? Are you using the templates to make the arms larger? Because if you're using the templates to make the arms larger, you could just do it like how I've just been doing these, which is moving the pivot points inside the modeler side. So when you're in the individual models, just moving the pivot points will then keep the animations exactly the same too. Now, obviously, I do still have the issue on some animations, but there's got to be a few where it's fine. Okay, dance the leg is too far down right there. But you've got to go through all of these to make sure they work. Flea actually looks kind of okay. We got a little bit where it's coming in contact with, you see how it's coming in contact with this? That one is probably a little bit too high. So we could essentially go back to the hip and we could just raise this just slightly. Don't you let me recolor you? Oh, because I haven't chosen the right color. But it still touches that bit, but this should be all right now. I unlocked the template, now having issues with some animations. Is the issues you're having with the... So you've unlocked the template and you've made the arms larger, and now when you look at the animations aren't working as well. when you did the arms larger, did you try and unlocked it? Did you try and move them like this way? You know, if it was unlocked, did you move them this way? Because when you move them like that, it will change all the. I'm using the wrong stuff to show you, really. Open tavern people. Right, so this one. So this one is unlocked. So if I decided, oh, actually her head is in the wrong place, I would go here and I can move it, move the position of her head, and all the animations stay relative. Yeah, if I go here and let's say I move her head over here, because you're using the templated animations, you need to move it for every one of those points. If you move the position there, just put that back. If you move the position out of this, then that's when it changes everything, and you have to go through each individual one to make it work. Now, obviously, you can do the whole click it and then center all. So you can, you know, send that starting position to every start animation if you've got it in the right position. But it is a lot of going through editing certain areas, especially considering like for the end animations, they all end at different times. So when you do center all, like let's say I got a finish position over here, and I did center all for the end position, it's going to send it to 10 seconds on all the animations. I am streaming on Twitch. I've got people on Twitch talking. I'm on Twitch, I'm on DLive, and I'm on YouTube. I restream. But yeah, so teach me how to do the center all feature. Okay, center all. You go to where you're. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. So you find your keyframe. You've got it positioned. You got your wherever it is. You've got it positioned, and you click here. You do your right mouse click, and then just send to all. And then that will send to every animation at that position. But in terms of the issues you're having, I would say because most of the templated animations all have the exact end to the beginning, I would say put everything back where it was and see if you can just edit the pivot within the model itself to position it correctly. You're bad, sorry. You don't need to be sorry, it's fine. Like, yeah, bravo. If that's what you're trying to do, where like if you've made the arms larger and you've got the clipping issues, I do suggest literally just click the little pen tool. Go to pivot and move your pivot in here, because when you move it in there, it doesn't affect the animation. Like how the animation works compared to when you're moving it outside here. I hope that helps. If it doesn't, then maybe just send me a DM with like some screenshots or some like little video clip of what you're trying to fix or do. Hopefully that's helped you. But yeah, generally this is one way we can make a robe. I will be unlocking this guy so I can show you the second way, because I think a second way would look better. Also, when you do I should have mentioned this as well. When you do move the pivot, anything but like connected to it, so you see how these legs are now no longer in line, we also need to move these to be in line, and then we have to work our way down. So whoops, that's the hand, not the foot. Oh wow, this hour's gone. This is why I always ask to do 2 hours, because this hour has gone so fast. We've got to do it for this leg as well. And we need to position that. Go to the foot. All right. That's 10 high. I reduced this one too much. No, that is 10. I'm going to make that 11 then. So that's reduced too much. We'll make you 11 as well. Plus, I want to do some stuff with his hair and everything. So I will show you how we can now unlock the templates. There we go. This is a really, really good basic tutorial session right now. So now I'm going to show you how to unlock the template. So what we're going to do is click save, leave that. We're going to create a new asset. Going to go find this one and we're going to go final scientist. Save, get our root. Control node, always do a control node. The only time you really don't need to put a control node in is if it's just one model. If it's just one model, you don't need a control node, but get in a habit of always putting a control node in. And then generally I'll just do import hierarchy. So we're importing the hierarchy. We then go find him. No. Wrong one, space human. And now there he is. Here is our space human. And we've got all the animation down here, all unlocked. So we can see all of this happening, which means if we want to, we can edit the animations. But that's not what we want to do. We want to make his robe just look a little bit better so his legs don't look so weird, which we probably will end up moving out because they look far too in. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is move his legs just kind of back a little. Which is counterproductive, but it looked fine the way we were going to do it. Now, not so much. Right, there we go. Right, foot's not quite in line, but everything's not quite in line. Okay. There we go, much better. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy the hip and put robe. Going to go find robe. Going to edit it. And I'm pretty much just going to delete all of one side. We're just going to keep this bit. Trim it. And put the pivot to the side and up at the top. So it needs to be 12. 0 and 3.5 because that's halfway. And then we're going to take the normal hip. We are going to delete this bit. Oh, wait, we did need the back as well. All right, I'll sort that. We'll sort that. So we're just going to have it like this. I'm also going to push this up just slightly and trim that down. Then off of the hip, we're going to create a new child node. So when it's locked, we can't do this. When it's unlocked, we can. And we're going to put robe 1. And scroll down. I'm going to close half of these up because they take up too much space. Where are you? Robe number 1. We are now going to position this right about here. And what we can do is we can rotate it out. That. There's less clipping now. His hand does clip a little bit in it. Not too big of a deal. We can sort that. Is it night there or morning? It's morning. It is almost time for me to finish. It's 11 in the morning. Usually next week, next Thursday, this stream will be 2 hours long. Today it's just 1 hour, and then I'm docking an additional hour to the Thursday. I will just sort of explain the new schedule for Thursdays to you guys. The only time anything might change is if I've got a meeting or something that needs to take precedence over the stream. And then what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. So we're going to call it robe 2. Move it to 0. We are then going to shimmy it over this side. Rotate it round. Should be at the perfect height because we already got the height sorted on that one. Now push it in a little bit. What have we got you on? You're on a 6.4. Go. Give it a little tilt, just a little bit. Now, I did make the mistake, took the back out, so I'm just going to go back to the hip. And... oops. Gonna... whoops. Whoops again. Just going to do it like that. Then we just need to add another bit to go at the back to fit these two. So I'm gonna do new VXM. This is why I always use the animator now, because we can just do new models every time. So new VXM, back, robe, load palette. Where are you? There we go. Oh, which it was that blue? Then just gonna, I can't remember the dimensions, so I'm just gonna go for that. Gonna trim it, set to floor so it's in the right place. Push it to the back. Nope, sorry. Push it to the front. Go all the way up to the top where it says 8. Save. And once again, we're gonna go off of the hip. To do create child node, back, robe. And this is just so we can sort of see how it looks on him, and then we'll make the edits where we need to. Okay, so that needs to come out a little bit. Okay, not too bad. So I'm going to go back to the hip, fill in the little issue down here. Is this bit. Right there. Good. And then what we're going to do is click this one, click the pen tool. So when we go over to the skeleton and click the pen tool, it allows us to see the ghost of everything that we're working on. Yeah, gonna head out, Bravo. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your day, pretty much. And we're gonna extend this to, wait, 8, 9. I'm gonna extend it to 11. Shimmy it up, change the pivot so it's at 11. Select the color. Once again, I'm going to go like that. We could be okay with that. Now what we could do, because obviously it does flare out a little bit on the sides, is we could add a little bit more to it. So we could go from 16 to 18 and just add a few bits to the side. I'm just going to leave it as is so I can see what it looks like. Not too mad with it. It looks okay-ish. There's definitely some work that can be done. The back on the belly needs to go in because that's sticking out too much. Yeah. So that's another way. Obviously, we do have the issue with the hands, but the legs are in a better position for sure. So it's only the hands, and that can be very, very easily rectified with the whole going into it and moving the pivot points. We might not even need to move the upper arm pivot point. We could potentially just move where this one is, or even just edit the normal things down here. It just gets a little bit harder. So like its starting position, we could change where it starts where it ends. So if we wanted to, like, okay, that doesn't work for me. I'm just going to move his hand, just get in the right position. His hand slightly further back. Then I will just copy that, paste that there. So when it moves, it's only clipping slightly, a little bit of an issue, but maybe not. Hey, I love Scotch. Thank you for the good morning and the 5 USD over on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's like, you're saying morning, but I'm finishing now. I will be back on this evening though. Do we have a giveaway today? I may have a giveaway for this evening stream, depending on how that goes. That's gonna start tonight, 7 p.m. UTC, and we'll be going on for 4 to 5 hours. Need to double check the scheduling, but it's gonna be an extended version. So yeah, I have overrun by a little bit. So I'm just going to give a little breakdown of what we've done, 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, you're going to have lots of time with me this evening. So I'm going to do just a real quick breakdown of what we've gone over in the video or stream today, just so anybody watch, like, so I can put in timestamps, and anybody who watches the restream over on YouTube or even anywhere, pretty much, they can know. So what have we done? I talked about exactly what Voxedit was at the beginning. I talked about the differences in the tabs on Voxedit. So the modeler, what the modeler is used for, the animator, the templates and the blocks, what they're all for. We then came up with a theme, which will be just for the Thursday mornings. We're going to be doing this theme. The standard medieval fantasy theme will continue for the Tuesdays and Thursday evening streams. And then the Monday Sandbox stream is just whatever we do on the Monday Sandbox stream. I will be Thursdays, we will usually be doing 2 hours, which will go from 10 a.m. UTC until 12 in the afternoon for me. So that will be 2 hours. Today is just an hour for scheduling reasons, and the only time I will change it is due to scheduling reasons. And Thursdays will now be extended. I need to double check on the exact time, but it will always start at 7 p.m. and will either be going till 10 p.m., 11 p.m. or midnight. Tonight is probably midnight for the extended version, but once again, do need to check on the scheduling. What else did we talk about? I showed you how we could make a long robe for the avatars, editing the avatar templates and also unlocking the avatar templates. So how we could make a long robe without unlocking the template, then how to unlock the template, as well as how we can add to the robe during the unlocking phase. What is that? Oh, that moved. Why did that move? Oh, because I'm on a different thing. That's why. Where's my idol? Oh, what was I on then? Oh, I've lost whatever I was on. That's going to be fun. Oh, agree. I was on agree. Cool. So what we can do here is we want these to be in those relative positions. So we just send to all. Send to all, and the back of the robe, send to all, and then they'll all be in those relative positions. Now I can edit this, so when it is running, I can flip this up so it looks like it's moving, which I probably will do. So there's a little bit of stuff there. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully I'll see you guys this evening. For this evening's stream, we will be dealing with finishing off the tree. We will continue with the well because I forgot we were doing that. And we will probably play about with something else. So for the next beginners Thursday morning stream, we will talk about editing animations and continuing to recolor this guy. And then we'll go from there. Maybe we'll make some sort of sci-fi item, how we can use different models to rig them up to make a larger model. I've just noticed that Voxel Blaze has just gone live, so you can go over and check out Voxel Blaze. Or I think I can see Game Dizzy streaming. Is Game Dizzy streaming? Oh, it's a rerun. Okay, Voxel Blaze has just gone live. So go, if you're over on YouTube, or are they just ending? Their thing says stream's ending, but it just said that they went live. I think they got the wrong screen on. Either way, if you want to watch someone do more stuff on Voxedit, then go check out Voxel Blaze. Super cool person over on Twitch. If I don't know how to raid people. Do I just put their name in it? Copy. There we go, Voxel Blaze. So go check Voxel Blaze out. If they are actually streaming, their screen says ending, so I don't know if they are. Anyway, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the metaverse. Hopefully I'll see you later this evening. I haven't got my end screen sorted. Hopefully I'll see you this evening, and have a good rest of your day. Bye!